Hey everyone! Today we're going to dive into my top tours that I recommend for Dubai. There's so many things to do, so many things to see, and I definitely want to showcase them to you today. For those who do not know me, my name is Taishita. I am the founder and CEO of Luxury Travels by Dreamy Designer Events, where we exclusively serve elite experiences, whether they're vacations, group trips, retreats, and corporate events worldwide. I am bringing this to you just so that you can see some of the things you can do, whether they're for a small, intimate group, they're for a party of one, or you're for a big organization looking to go. These are some of the amazing things you can do in Dubai. So come on with me now so I can show you more. Welcome to my Dubai's top 10 tours and things to do. So first this is actually a really fun one. For those who have not been to Dubai, obviously when you think of the Arabian Desert, when you think of that, you think of hot, heat, like it's going to be hotter than the city. When we were there, it was far from that. Like honestly, it actually felt better in the desert than it did in the city. It was breezy. It was amazing. It starts off, they'll take you on a Jeep. The Jeep actually goes through like the dunes. They'll like go back and forth. Great experience. But then once you stop, you'll stop at this place where you have the ability to do either ATVs, you could do camel rides, you can do a variety of different things while you're there. And then they also stop off in the desert so you can take pictures. The views were pretty phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie. It definitely was very much like mind-blowing when you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. Then they actually go to this campsite. It's really actually pretty cool. It's like in the middle of the desert. They'll do like a quick camel ride so you can see how tall these camels are. If you thought you knew how big a camel was, not until you see it in person where you're like, like they're pretty big and they're tall. But then you go to this campsite, they do henna tattoos, you'll have dinner there. They'll show you 2 to 3 different shows while you're there as the sun sets and things of that manner. So it's definitely amazing. You'll get an authentic dinner while you're there, which was phenomenal. This is a must do when you go. If you missed this, it's kind of like going to Paris and not seeing the Eiffel Tower. Like this, you need to go to the desert. When we were there, it was like end of March, early April. It started getting a little bit warmer in the city, but when we were in the desert, it was so cool. Like honestly, it felt like a spring day, maybe a little bit warmer, but it was breezy. This is pretty amazing. This is a highly recommended one. They do have different variations of this. So I always kind of tell people like if you have any like neck or back problems or things where you can't do vigorous activities, they do have a similar variation to this where you can actually still be able to experience, go directly to the desert, take pictures, and then you can still also go to the campsite to do dinner and things of that manner. So we do cater to whichever tours our client or the group is looking to do to make sure that everyone can be able to enjoy it and that you don't have to miss out on the experience because you can't do 1 or 2 of the things that's on there. The Dubai Marina Yacht Tour. This one's really nice. Pretty much almost 95 to 99% of my clients, everyone who has done this when they've gone, and it's been amazing. This is really nice. You get a chance to see the coastline of Dubai and you get a chance to have whether it's breakfast or a barbecue on a yacht, which obviously what could be better, especially if you go during when it's like really hot. So it starts getting extremely hot there. May through August will probably be the hottest that it gets there, which you can probably reach temperatures over 100. This is just something nice. You're on the water. You get a chance to see, you can take pictures, whether you're taking pictures of the coastline or you can take pictures of you on the yacht. But it's definitely something really nice. It's not long. It's only normally about a few hours, but it's definitely something to get you outside of the city, but you can definitely experience something else. The full day Dubai city. This one's really nice. Depending on how long you have when you're in Dubai, myself and my team will customize your itinerary based off of what you like to do and what you want to do and pinpoint the must-dos. We want to make sure you're enjoying yourself, but also that you're not busy 24/7. So you do also have some downtime at the same time. This is really nice because this kind of gives you the full Dubai in a day. And then you also get a chance at the Burj Khalifa to go all the way to the top so you can see like the bird's eye view of the city. The best part is if you see anything that you like here, you can always go later back in your trip to go there. So if you see a museum or if you've seen something that, oh, I want to go back to that fountain or I want to go back to the mall, you have that flexibility to do it because you did it so early in your trip for this one. The Dubai Aladdin Tour. So this is actually a pretty cool one. This kind of goes through the markets, the streets, some of the tastings, and they have it with the Dubai Aladdin because you're almost like walking through, if you ever watched the movie Aladdin, they have the markets, they have the shops. So you're going to get a chance to be a little bit more of the shopping with the markets, and you have the tastings. This is kind of an instance where I mentioned in one of my previous videos that being able to exchange your currency ahead of time is really good because, say for example, if you're doing this tour closer to the beginning, then you'll have the cash for it, or you can do it when you get to the hotel. Sometimes the exchange rate may be a little bit higher once you're there, or you have extra fees. Not all vendors will be able to take cards. Most of the time, you'll be easily able to do cash. So I always kind of tell people when you're going to markets or any type of things like this, it's always good to have some variation of cash. Don't take all your cash with you. Be diligent about how you decide to plan out, which we'll go over with all of our clients prior to it, so you guys can have the right information prior to going. It's just something to think about once you're there. So nice because you can get an authentic feel of the markets, the food, get a chance to really dive into the culture, which I feel like it's hard to say you've been somewhere if you haven't explored the city, met some of the people. And like I said, the people were phenomenal. Everyone was so nice. I always tell people, as long as you're respectful of their culture, they'll be respectful of you as well. The Dubai Overnight Desert Safari. This one is kind of for if you want to have that authentic experience in the desert. They make these tents and they make these campsites feel like you're actually staying in a place, because some of these campsites actually are their form of a hotel where they have multiple people can actually stay there for long periods of time. But this one's nice because it will actually take you there. You'll still be able to go to that campsite that we mentioned earlier, see some of the shows, but you have an overnight in one of these gorgeous campsites, and they deck it out with the bed, the rug, so you don't actually feel like you're in the desert, probably like an Arabian tent almost. This one's nice if you have a little bit longer stay in Dubai. If you're staying more than 6 nights, this will be a good thing to add in there to be able to experience. If you're going less than it, you may want to do some of the other things too, so it doesn't have to feel like you're going too much back and forth. But this one's definitely something fun, something different to do. It gives you more of that adventure feel, with also being able to be like, oh my God, I had this camel experience, I had this campsite I was in. You can get so many pictures because between the sun setting and the sun rising, the desert, the views are phenomenal, and I highly recommend them. The Dubai Marina. So this is actually really fun. This is a mixture of being like a dinner cruise with the show. I always tell people, if you're going away, if you're celebrating something, anniversary, a birthday, if you're celebrating life, it's all a celebration. These are so nice and fun to do because they give you something extra to do. They only take a couple of hours, but you're experiencing, again, part of their culture. You get part of the authentic food. You're getting outside, all of those experiences while you're there. So definitely one of my highly recommends. This one, most people have seen in different countries, the flying dress with the photographer. If you haven't, or if you haven't done it, hands down, it's amazing. They have so many different variations that cater to this experience while you're there. It's a highly recommended one. Even if you're going, whether it's by yourself, with friends or whatnot, it gives you a different variation of just taking the picture with your phone. You have these gorgeous dresses. They pick these spots that have the best wind area, and you come back with such an amazing photo shoot. Behind each photo, it was an entire memory and experience that you did while you were there. They have different colors that people can do. You have different variations. They make it fun, but it's something amazing that I highly recommend if you want to experience and want that extra little elite luxury experience to like say, ooh, I wasn't just in the desert, I did this. I recommend it. The hot air balloon, it is a little bit more of an earlier tour because it is the sunrise. Obviously, if you're afraid of heights, probably may not want to do it. It's completely up to you. You're in the desert, so they will pick you up. They'll take you there. It's all about how the wind is. Plan it in advance. So we normally plan it closer to the front end of the trip. If you have any delays, whether it's rain, weather, winds, can't go out, you have alternative days. The worst thing you can do is plan it your last day or the second to last day, and you can't do it and you're leaving the following day. So definitely something like this, I recommend earlier in the trip so that if anything does happen to come up, you have some wiggle room to try and be able to be like, oh, it's no problem. We have alternative days that we can do it while we're there. This. Let me tell you. When you arrive, they have like this entry area, dinner in the sky. You can take photos, you can see it. And then they have like this huge table. They have seats around the table and then they strap you in. Almost kind of like if you're about to go on a roller coaster, but it's a little bit more comfortable. And then they lift you up hundreds of feet off the ground. And then you're in the air. They have a lunch version of this and then they also have a dinner version of this. We did the dinner one and it was nice because it was kind of at night, so the city was like lit up. And they pretty much make almost like a 3-course meal while you're in the air with them. They'll have music, they take pictures. You can take pictures too because the seats, they're comfortable, but they definitely strap you in so that you feel safe. But you can swivel in your seat, so you can swivel to the left and the right so you can see the views. They'll kind of like walk you through what you can and can't do. They'll have an appetizer, you have an entree, and then you also have dessert. They pick you up from your hotel and bring you back at the end of it. And this was so much fun. I felt safe the whole entire time. Obviously, you know, you're up in the air. You're always going to have those little butterflies in your stomach. It definitely was amazing. It was so much fun. Check out the video. I'll be posting it later this month. Words can't even express the experience, how it felt. It was like, oh my goodness, I'm doing this, right? Yes, I'm here. This one is so pretty. This is their gardens that's there. This is so pretty. As you can clearly see in the pictures, and honestly, these pictures don't do it any type of justice. They have kind of like their miracle gardens. They have different designs, different flowers, different variations of the colors, and it definitely just brings it all to light. It's really nice. It's something fun to do. Time of the year matters for this, so a lot of our clients who want to do it, either we cater it to that or we see when the best time is to do it to plan ahead. Things like this is things that bring in the true uniqueness to the different cities that you are traveling to, this different experiences that you're doing while you're there. So it's definitely highly recommended. On that note, I hope you guys had such an amazing experience. I know I enjoyed going over all of these with you guys. Definitely, as always, let me know in the comments what your favorite tour is. If you haven't been there, if you have, what did you enjoy when you were there? And again, definitely feel free to reach out. I'll put the link in the description. Schedule your consultation so you can plan your next getaway, retreat, corporate gathering, anything to make your life easier for that elite luxury experience that we can do for you. We're here. Have an amazing day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see all the amazing inspirations that's to come and all the fun things we do have coming in the new year. Bye, guys.